Okay, what's good, unapologetic gang? So I am downstairs working, but I really wanted to update before I have other. I just wanted to share some information with you. And the first is just kind of having the heart to serve and what that means. A lot of times we're looking for a life purpose. A lot of times we're looking for direction, passion in life, something that is going to help propel us. And this was actually inspired by meeting someone. I went into their office, a dentist's office, and I wanted to get some work done, and the guy was almost robotic. He treated me, he wasn't, when I brought this up to him, he was like, I wasn't impolite. He wasn't necessarily impolite, but he was just like a robot. He wasn't personal. So this was kind of like, I'm not really sure I can like jive with this, 120%. And I recognize what it was like for me when I was in a career I didn't like. When I was in law school, it was like I liked it, but I was going through trauma. I was healing from the pain of being inside of somebody who was an outlier, who was not following inside of the norms of, these cliquish rules inside of law school sections. So all of that to say, a heart to serve is something where you genuinely are so excited, you have a passion, you would spend extra hours doing whatever it takes to make sure it's okay. One of the things that kind of got to me is now that I'm like always working in some sort of like dipping my hands, toes, feet, body, hair tips, everything in just like creativity 24/7. I notice that sometimes it is kind of like it's a bit hard for me to donate my time to something that I just genuinely don't care about. Like, could I see myself necessarily making beds in a hostel right now? At this day, no. Tomorrow, things may change. I've done that in the past, but if I am upset, if somebody asks me to do something, I genuinely don't have a heart to serve. So when I was traveling, I met one girl who she's cleaning the kitchen, putting the dishes away, making breakfast for people. And she saw that there were a lot of people, and she said, how can I help you with a few extra beds? And I thought, oh my gosh, that is genuinely a heart to volunteer. She had that heart to serve. Now, not to say I don't do that. I mean, I don't really like to volunteer and then brag about it or say, oh, I've done this and this. I mean, that's between me and God. But in all of the volunteer endeavors that I've done, I just felt like, wow, I really enjoyed just being able to just, you know, volunteer in ways that I felt was going to benefit other people and it felt good for me. I didn't mind doing that. What is my heart to serve? My heart is to serve people, is to help them get out of problems, to find solutions to problems, to thinking critically. This is my heart. I genuinely want to spend most of my time helping other people who are ready to help themselves. So as you're thinking into this, into yourself, into like, what is my next 6 month plan? What is it that I'm going to do, or what are my next steps after the 6 month plan, or just in general, what do I want to do with myself when the next wave hits? You know what I'm talking about. What is it that I want to do? What is it that's important for me that I can genuinely serve and feel like I didn't do any work. I just genuinely did it because I love to do it. I just want to do it. I want to serve. So this is important when you think about your next moves. What is it? Where is your heart to serve? Are you just genuinely okay with, yeah, okay, just pick up that. This is okay. It's all right. Who is the demographic you want to serve? It's not so much business minded. Oh, I'm thinking of a niche. Business is going to come and go. But when you have your why and what it is, what your purpose is, that's going to be your heart to serve. It could be animals. It could be serving children, underprivileged children, underprivileged. It could be serving elderly. It could be solving problems. It could be, you understand. I don't want to, you guys can think for yourself, which is so important in this unapologetic gang. I don't want to put thoughts in your head, but it's important that you all really just, you want to think about this. So come time when it comes to serve people, when you're thinking of all the products that you could put out because you're serving in your heart, when you're thinking of the problems you're going to help eliminate, whether it's financial, if you wouldn't mind putting out 50 different educational videos or an e-course, if you wouldn't mind flying to see other people, what are the things that you wouldn't mind? What is in your heart to do? What if you could just volunteer? I see a lot of times philanthropists are some of the biggest hearted people. And let's be honest, some philanthropy comes from benefits of business write-offs. I mean, it's a lot of different reasons, but if somebody can come and talk to you and they can feel that you're passionate about something because you genuinely have a heart to serve, you're just genuinely a good person, they'll be happier to help you. I want to point something out to you guys. I'm on the top of a rooftop, my favorite co-working space, and you hear that? Do you have a heart to play music? You have a heart to serve the community, that you wouldn't mind busking on the streets of San Cristobal. You wouldn't mind doing some of the things that you're asked to do in really uncomfortable conditions, singing on the beach and doing all kinds of stuff. I want to remind you, your heart to serve is going to change, but your purpose of what it is that you're serving is going to change, but your heart doesn't. You still want to give back, but it's going to be in different levels. So for example, when I took my time on, I took 10 months of just really understanding what is it that I want to do? What is my heart to serve? Like, how is that going to help me in the long term? What is my heart to serve? I had $200 and I didn't even care. My heart was to serve myself and to understand how can I best benefit from taking this leap into myself to give back to myself. How can I work for myself without having to be at the mercy of everybody? Okay, you're fired today, and praying to God I would pay my rent. Like, that was hard. My heart was to serve myself and to understand what it is that I could do in art and creativity that I would be able to benefit from in the future. So just know that was fun. At the time, my heart was to just sing and busk in different buses to get from point A to point B, to get a few nickels so I could buy some pasta, so I could share it with everybody who was living in the same house with me on the beach. That's different now. My heart to serve is really now that I understand a huge majority of problems, is to give back. What is your heart to serve? No, it's going to change. 6 months it may change, 7 months it's going to change, your financial status is going to change, your social status is going to change, but your heart does not change. What it is that you're serving is going to change, but your heart. What is in your heart that you wouldn't mind doing? And not out of desperation, okay? Don't be desperate. Desperate people and advertising you're desperate, please. I just need a job. Somebody came and said, I was like, look, I just need a job. I don't care what kind of job, any job. It was right after I left law school. And he said, don't ever tell somebody you're desperate for a job. And really, that's true. You will see in a lot of situations, people will and can take advantage of you when they find out that you do need help. So I want you guys to just be 100%. What is your heart to serve when you're not desperate? Not just for anything, but that you genuinely want to do, give, and have. All right, guys, I'm hanging up for now, but I love you, and go ahead and comment below and let me know what that is. And I love to hear from you, and I'll see you on the next